I'm directly going to kind of get into it, which is the whole fact that our conversations today are going to be revolving around the paradigm shift that we've seen in work models, and essentially how organizations should be approaching the whole concept of security. Uh, we're also going to talk about how organizations can leverage security solutions to protect pretty much against the unknown and deploy cybersecurity as the first line of defense against threats and attacks. And because somewhere I think all of us are clear that the truth is that trusted devices and trusted environments uh, enable trusted data. Now, Alok, I come to you directly. How important, in your estimate, is the whole concept of security from the point of leveraging data to its full potential capital? Alok Malik.
Well, I think, very, very relevant and pertinent question in today's scenario, I would say, and especially when people see earlier when we were all working from our offices and behind our beautiful firewalls, be it like the Cisco's or the Junipers or the checkpoints of the world, whatever names you can take, and we've not only we felt secured, but we were secured, I would say. But once this COVID-19, the pandemic hit us, so if I talk about our specific case, wherein we used to be very proud of saying, oh, we have 28 offices across the globe. So today we say, oh, we have like 17,500 offices across the globe. So that's a difference, and very, very proud to say that we made everyone work from home within 36 hours. So that was one of the things, and the good part especially with our company was that people were used to work from home also. So that is something that was taken into account. But coming back to your question with respect to the data, and especially taking into account the endpoints. Now, when you are not behind the firewall, and especially not sitting in the office, then you are under with the company laptop and in the hands of the end users, and the end users can be like very smart ones, and the end user can be like I would not say like idiots, but yes, people who don't care too much about the security ecosystem.
Have not kind of traversed the maturity journey by themselves.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So you have to do a balance between the security and take into account the people's perspective, that what they think, what they are doing, and what they are not, and they need to know. They need the good point of the must is that they need to know that what they can and what they cannot. That the cannot is one of the most important facet that you have, and especially when you are dealing with clients across the globe, which are based out of like in India, in US, in Europe, and with all the GDPR of the world coming into the picture. So even more you have to be conscious of the fact. So from the data perspective, and as I said, from the which relies on the endpoints also. Not everything is on the servers, because when people are working, and especially when the developer class is working, they're doing the development. Sometimes they have that how do I say, they start copying the code on the local to do the local development and all. Now, when we made people work from home, so as all the organizations, we had that how do I say, the traditional antivirus, which we were boasting about when people were in the office, and we said, oh, we have the antivirus, and now don't worry, everything is cool, everything is fine. But when people moved to home, the antivirus was the first thing that was giving us sleepless nights. That how much that can save us. And if we take into account that when this lockdown hit, especially India, like I think in the last week of March, and if I recall the dates correctly, I think mid-April or maybe third or fourth week of April, one of the biggest organizations across the world and who have very big centers all across India was hit by a
I
ransomware.
know. We're all aware of that. That was quite scary, really.
I would refrain from naming the organization, but everyone knows that. But yes, that was an eye opener for not for us, but for a lot of organizations across the globe. That if because looking at the size of the particular organization and the amount that they spend on the information security ecosystem. So yes, people got worried, and then everyone start taking the relevant measures. And I think that at that point in time, the next generation antivirus, which we call as like EDR, the endpoint detection and response, which is like uh, the buzzword or the latest technology or the new slang that is in the market these days, that came into so that came into picture. And the good part was that even before this pandemic hit us, we were evaluating like multiple EDRs. So we had that notion going on that in the next financial year, in any case, we have to move to the next one, because if you do, I think in this security space, if you don't upgrade your systems with the latest tools and technologies, and definitely you need to have smart people also to manage those. But yes, to those smart people, you also need to give the latest and the greatest, I would say.
I agree.
And just don't go by what the Gartners or the IDCs or the Foresters of the world say. Oh, this is the best. And but yes, you have to evaluate the tools, as per your organization needs.
With your permission, Alok, can I, because you made a very interesting set of points. You spoke about firewalls having been the mainstay of security within the confines of a geographical office space. With an increasingly distributed workforce and a decomposed workplace, you yourself have 17,500 offices for all practical purposes or measure. How are you as information security leaders kind of reevaluating and reimagining the journey of security as you move into a future that is, well, fairly uncertain, fairly unknown, and, well, to a large degree, quite scary too?
Well, I would not say I would say it's uncertain, but I would not say it's scary. I would say it's an opportunity now. Yeah. So if I take it as scary, then I don't think so. I'll take a step forward. I'll start thinking something else. But yes, that's an opportunity. So see, up until this point, we were like looking at we were like feeling secure, as I said earlier, in our secured spaces with the physical security and the logical security within the offices. But yes, as we have now moved out, so yes, definitely. So as I was mentioning regarding the EDR, so one thing is that definitely organizations should definitely look at that, because the smart EDRs that are in the market right now, again, not naming any particular OEMs, but yes, they are capable of stopping the ransomware attacks. They have those because they can stop those fileless attacks. They can stop those ransomware attacks. It's not that it will give you 100% protection, but yes, it is much better than the legacy antiviruses that we have today.